Hello everybody, welcome back to Matty Reacts, the channel where we take a look at things we've never watched or listened to before. And we're taking a trip back down the lane of an artist that I really admire this week. And we've covered it recently. It's Baby Queen. We covered I Hope You Don't Remember Me. And I thought it was a really interesting song. You can go back and watch the video if you want it in more depth. But essentially it had these really sort of minstrelish verses and then this really sort of interesting synthy choruses, and I just really thought it was a bit more of a return to what I like about Baby Queen music. I did also cover a song called Ride or Die on this channel, I think about a year ago, and it wasn't quite the Baby Queen that I wanted in terms of the music that I hoped she would put out. Now, of course, any artist is free to put out any song they like. They're not on this earth to please me, with their music. So when I talk about these things, I just mean, I don't like them. I don't mean they're bad songs generally. If it's a genuinely bad song, I will tell you if I think it's a genuinely bad song. Ride or Die wasn't a bad song. It just wasn't up my alley. I Hope You Don't Remember Me. Hope You Don't Remember Me was more up my alley. Really enjoyed it. And I've been kind of enjoying how this album campaign has been building. Baby Queen has been using Discord a lot. Luckily, I'm quite present on Discord, so I'm keeping up roughly with things as they happen. As I'm recording this, the video, the visualizer premiered half an hour ago, and then there was an after party on Discord. Couldn't do it live. Then couldn't join in the after party because unfortunately, I've only just finished work. Yeah. So that was why I couldn't do it. But we're going to take a look at this one, which is called Feel Something, and see if this is more of the same or whether this is something different entirely. I know that in the Discord there is a channel for album theories, so I'm thinking that the album must have some kind of meaning behind it. Otherwise, why would that exist? So let's switch over and take a little look at Baby Queen, Feel Something. Okay.
You say every time you tell it you're gonna steal it, but you know I only do that because I want everybody else to hear it. Can I touch you in the backseat? And if you were to be totally honest, could you really tell me that this isn't exactly what you wanted?
Okay, I'm a little bit early on the pause. I usually pause before the chorus, but I don't think we're there yet. However, I must say, so far, this sounds a lot like the last album in terms of just the writing style and kind of the instrumentation as well. So I am very excited about this. If it's got a banger chorus, then I'm on board.
You say one time is a typical drunken night, time to use a thing and it won't feel right. That's cool, I'm not trying to change your mind, but I feel something right here in the city.
Oh, is this the chorus?
You laugh in the dim of the dashboard light, and I feel something.
Okay. So it's one of those songs where the chorus feels like a pre-chorus, and then like the drop after it is almost the chorus. I quite enjoy these songs. They're not as common. They're more common in like EDM than they are in pop. So it's nice to see one in pop every now and again. I think I've commented on that before. That sort of pre-chorusy chorus sounded a little bit like Haimish to me. I think that's how you pronounce it, Haim. Yeah, I'm really enjoying that sort of Haimish chorus. It's a very sort of lyrically playful song, isn't it? I think I've drawn comparisons before to Baby Queen and Lily Allen. Maybe not on this channel, but just to friends. And I think that's still true. I think you could see some of the stuff that is spoken about in Baby Queen songs. You could definitely see someone like Lily Allen making the same sort of lyrical choices. You know, I just think there's a similarity there. Having said that, I think Baby Queen writes her songs in a very different way, even though they might say some of the same things. And I just think I don't really know how to describe the difference between. I think there's maybe a bit more venom behind Lily Allen's lyrics and a little bit more playfulness behind Baby Queen's, even though they're coming from the same angle and attacking the same thing quite often, or speaking about the same thing quite often.
You don't wanna make a habit of it. You swore you wouldn't do this again, but I think I'm about to break a promise.
And I do think that Baby Queen has the better singing voice. I think Lily would probably agree that while her, I love her song catalogue generally, she hasn't got the strongest vocal. Whereas I think Baby Queen does have a really strong vocal.
And you say, 2 times you could say that we lost our minds. Time 3's when it's gonna come back and bite. That's cool, I'm not trying to change your mind, but I feel something right here in the city where sun would shine. I tell you I'm gonna make you mine. You laugh in the dim of the dashboard light, and
You don't want to ruin your life just yet. Yeah, that's the line there. That's very Lily-ish, I think.
When we touch, it's electric. I know you taste the tension. When you kiss my lips, I know you feel like this.
Very breathy backing vocals, sir. What I always find quite interesting in modern times is, so that was listed as a visualizer, but that's a music video to me. Like, that's a full-on music video, right? I don't think there's any other music video coming out, so I'll just call it a music video. That aside, that's a personal gripe. That aside, I think the song is a very welcome return to the sort of music that I personally enjoy the most from Baby Queen, which is just this sort of playful lyric, but a really earnest playful lyric. I think she has a very earnest tone when she sings. I think you can tell that the words she's singing mean something to her. You can tell she's written a lot of the stuff, if not all of the stuff that she releases. I'm sure there are some co-writers, but I know she's very, very involved with the writing process, and I think it shows in the way she sings her songs. It helps that she's got a really interesting accent as well. I think that really helps her style of music. I think this kind of music, if you've got a really intriguing voice, is always better than this kind of music with a really common sound. Not common, common's a bit harsh, but a sort of very generic sounding voice. I think the song would still be good if that was the case, but I think the fact that it marries the two together, it's a really interesting song, a really interesting voice. Put it together, you've got an even better, really interesting song. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. I'm looking forward to the album now. When is the album coming? Does it say? No, it does not say anything yet, I don't think. I'll just keep an eye out for the singles then, and then the date for the album. We might have to react to the album. I know I don't do too many album reactions, but we might have to for this. Thank you again for dropping by, and I'll see you again for another reaction video very soon.